What is up, everybody? It's the Martian Comic Hunter coming at you with a special CGC unboxing. Excited to get this package finally. This package has been out for a number of weeks, so let's just get right into it. And so, got a 25-book submission. This submission was submitted back in November, so right before the holidays. So I knew this was going to take a little longer than expected, only because we had, all your holidays kind of stacked up, which prolongs the process. So Thanksgiving, New Year's, Christmas, etc. And I'm sure people are taking a lot of vacations, and CGC being backed up. So this took a total of about 19 weeks, about 133 days, which is probably average for them at the moment. Looks like their turnaround time is getting a little better, but still, as most of us collectors, we're probably a little more impatient in getting our books, and rightfully so, right? They got our money, and we deserve our books back as soon as possible. So I'm just going to go book after book and make sure I don't see the grades. I did actually peek at the grades after 19 weeks and such. When I got the notification, I was really excited just to see what I got. This is just 25 bucks, submitted, no pre-screening. I think I've mentioned that in my previous hauls. I'm not going to do any more kind of pre-screens. With the turnaround times, it just takes too long. And I just want books back so I could just, flip them, if you will. All right, so we got Masters of the Universe. This is MV Creations. I believe this is issue number 8. This is limited to 1 in 500. I already have a 9.6 copy of this already, so this is my second book. Don't think this one was coming back. As a matter of fact, I already know the grade, so came back a 9.2, which I am happy for. This number 8 has 2 issues, this one and the Faker. Obviously the Faker is probably the better of the two, if you ask me, but this is still a great book to have, even at a 9.2 with only 500 made. These are gonna capture a pretty good price. So not that I don't appreciate the 9.2, it is what it is. I'll inspect the books. Unfortunately, none of the books came back with grader's notes, which is part of, a little bit of an irritation for me, particularly when you get books like this, whether you could crack or press or just try to learn what they're doing on their end, not so much like what I would personally grade the books. It's just how they're viewing the books is important for me. All right, so Spider-Gwen number 0. This is a second print, very low print run, as a matter of fact. Beautiful with the blue, or light blue, if you will. So let's see, 9.4. All right, so this I did dig out of a back issue bin quite some time ago, and really happy that I found the book. Wish it was a little higher, 9.6, 9.8. I'm becoming more of a realist that not every book is a 9.8, but this one looks pretty sharp to me. So again, I'll inspect the books and figure out what happened, whether I CPR some of these or not, TBA, but for now it's going to be a PC book at the moment. All right, here's a pretty big book, another book that I did also dig out in back issues. As a matter of fact, obviously the Masters I did not, but a lot of these I did find in the wild. So what I'm into these books are pretty much cover, a little over cover, if you will, but I'm not into these books in a lot of money other than the pressing and the actual slabbing itself. Books got pressed and cleaned by, once again, Big Leg. So shout out to you, Big Leg, for your work and your craft. And this came back at 9.2. I did know this was not going to be a 9.8. I noticed there was a spine stress color breaking ding here and on the back. So it looks like they did ding me for that. At a 9.2, again, finding this first full appearance of Revan out in the wild. I was super stoked and excited to find this book to begin with, and even happier with it being encapsulated. And I knew I didn't submit this book earlier just because I just knew it wasn't like high grade when I was submitting some of my 9.8 pre-screens. So I waited maybe 2 years now to get that book encapsulated. So here's an awesome book. This I did not find in the wild. This was an eBay purchase a while back. I want to say months and months ago, even maybe 18 months back, where I bought this on eBay. And it's the first appearance of Red Dagger, who's evidently supposed to be on the show, but who knows. I just think it's a beautiful cover. So let's see what we got. 9.8. So awesome book here. So first appearance of Red Dagger, and this is a tan cover. So just a beautiful book, man. Really happy to get this in a 9.8. So just sharp. Awesome. As a matter of fact, this book I did submit prior in a 9.8 pre-screen, and it got rejected, and here we are all over again. So sometimes it's worth pre-screening, but because of the rate increases and the fact that, you know, the turnarounds are so all over the board, I just decided not to do that anymore. All right, next book. All right, this is an awesome book. This is a book that I had in the PC for a long time, decided to slab it. It came back at 9.6, which I knew about, but this is just an awesome David Mack cover, and it is just an origin of Echo. So it's just a great book to have in the PC, in the collection. So this is gonna stay with me. Alrighty. All right, so this is what, Avengers World number 3. This is going to be an homage cover to Enter the Dragon. So really cool cover. Found this one in the wild as well. So gotta brag where I can on that one. So 9.4 for finding this cover out in the wild. At a 9.4. I gotta look at the grader's notes. Actually, I gotta just inspect it since I have no grader's notes and find out what happened, because I thought this was a pretty good 9.8 candidate. Especially it's not like a really dark cover, so none of the spine ticks will show per se, but I don't know, there's some scuffing which is kind of bothering me a little bit, but we'll inspect those fully here in a minute after this vid and make sure everything's good to go. All right, let's continue with this awesome unboxing. Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom of the Menace. This came back at a 9.8, which is freaking just a gorgeous cover. Just a photo cover itself. So cool book. I did submit 2 of these, and they both came back 9.8. So really happy about that. 9.8, number 1. And I know I got the other one here, probably coming right behind it, if not shortly thereafter. All right, next book up. Got this one a little too late. Obviously, was hoping I'd get this back weeks ago, but I missed it. Missed the high point of selling this book, but I think this book will come back. So, first full appearance of Cad Bane at a 9.8. Definitely missed the opportunity of selling this book. I did submit 2, so you guys will see the next what that one comes back at. All right, here's my second copy of it. Came back at 9.6, so I was aware of that. 9.6, 9.8, they both look pretty flawless to me, but you know how it is. Can't get every 9.8, I guess. So again, we'll inspect it and figure out what happened. All right, this was a cool book to find. So Star Wars, this is a Mile High issue 30 something. I'll check right now. But sent this in months ago, a 9.8 pre-screen, came back as a reject. Resubmitted it this time, came back at 9.4. So don't particularly know why it came back at 9.4. Again, all inspected, but I just think it's a great cover. 30. Yeah, issue 30. Actually, there's quite a couple of cool Star Wars Mile High covers that I do like. You could even go on and find them yourself. So cool cover here, just happy to have that. Just a cool Ahsoka cover. There's not that many Ahsoka covers, and I think this is probably one of her best covers that she does have. So happy to have it. All right, moving. Ow, that hurt. All right, gotta be careful with the desk. All right, this one here. All right, this I've had for probably the day it came out. And this was something that the community talked about a lot back in the days when, doing haul videos was a thing. Those of you who remember that, now it's conversations. Either way, I mean, they're still good. I still watch them, a lot of it. But this book was talked a lot back when it came out. It's a beauty. I've had this since the day it came out. 9.8. This came out 2016, and just a beautiful Frizzen cover. Before she was really popular, I think this was kind of what defined her and made her an artist, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion. And it came back as a 9.8. Beautiful Psylocke cover. Just gorgeous. So, and I've had this for so long, and it's happy to get it encapsulated. All right, glad it came back at 9.8. So let's go on. All right, so these books are becoming really popular. Contest of Champions, there's a lot of those. 1 in 15, I think they are 1 in 25 at the most, but these variants are picking up, and this one here's no different. Kamala, and we got Spider-Gwen on the front. So let's see what we got. 9.6. This one also was submitted, came back as a 9.8 reject, but now a 9.6. So, all right. Moving along. All right. This is the other Masters of the Universe. This is the Rise of the Snake Man #1, I believe. This is also limited to 500 copies. I do have a 9.8 of this already. This is my second copy. Came back in 9.2. And I don't know. It's a black cover. I'll look at it. But again, not having graders notes doesn't help me determine what they're looking at. Right? Not what I'm looking at, what they're looking at. And I think that's important for graders and for collectors and for people that are paying a premium price to get these books encapsulated and the amount of time they have to wait. So CGC, come on. Gotta get with it. All right, so did submit a bunch, probably like 5 or probably like 6 or 8 Ironheart books. So we'll see what they come back at. This one came back at a 9.8. Ironheart #1. So this is a cool cover, 9.8. So that is cool stuff there. I think I submitted 2 of these. Yeah, 2. So we'll figure out what happens with the other one. All right. So this is what? This is first Monica Rambeau as Spectrum. So more than likely to see her, obviously. This came back at 9.6. Found this in the wild as well. I could almost tell you the shop, but I won't. Because that one sometimes is a little bit of a honey hole with some of the books that I could find. So I don't know what's up with all these scuffing on the box, on these cases. But it drives me crazy. See if I could buff them out. I don't want to. sit here and submit those. All right, I found this at a local con like 2 years ago, like right when COVID, all the maybe a year ago, a year and a half ago, the first con right after COVID, and went to one here locally. Didn't pick up a lot of books, maybe 3 books. I did find an Ultimate Fallout 4, a second print for $20. Found this one for cover, and this came back at a 9.8. This book was kind of like a $1 book, $2 book, and then all of a sudden it just shot up. This is a Coast to Coast Comic Con exclusive, but I just don't know how. And I questioned some of the sales because they were ridiculous, like $500, $600, $700 sales on this book. All of a sudden, it's come down quite a bit. But for whatever reason, this book commanded a premium. I don't know why, but sometimes people will pay outrageous price because they hear something or they think it's going to be the next best thing. So luckily I found that for nothing and got that encapsulated. So here's a great book. Everybody knows this cover. Unfortunately, it came back in a 9.4. Did also find this out in the wild, but it is what it is. Kind of a little disappointed with this grade for this book because I think it's a great cover. I wanted this to be a higher grade. I think it's one of her better covers. And again, probably missed the hype on that one too, but it is what it is. But here's a great one here. Phil Noto. This is going to be Hawkeye. Just now, these two obviously appeared in the show, and it is just a gorgeous cover. And this did come back at a 9.8. So really happy about this grade clearly. And just kind of like this book just kind of speaks to you, man. So cool little book there. I think Mr. Longshort kind of gave this book some hype, and then I picked it up and went to my local comic shop and I found it. So guys, there's a lot of books out in the wild, man, and I scratch my head sometimes at individuals that want to pay a lot of premium for some of these books, or how do you get into the hobby with some of these prices, and they just don't want to go out and really hunt for the books. And there's a lot of great hunters out there that, you know, make a living off of just that, just like going out and just figuring out a way to find books. And it takes a lot of patience, because I'll be honest, there's times when you go and you just don't find anything, man. You just like, you go and you're just like, nah, I didn't find anything. You get a little disappointed, or you want to pick up books just for the sake of picking up books because you made a trip or a drive or whatever, and then you just end up with a bunch of fodder, you know what I mean? So I recommend just to be patient. The thrill of the hunt is just that. You got to be patient. You got to go out. You got to be consistent. You got to go through every single book is what you have to do. And even if you do go back and go through it again, because trust me, you do miss a lot of stuff. I've missed a lot of stuff in certain shops. So I'm like, man, I just hit that bin 2 days ago, 3 days ago, a week ago, and I either missed it or they put something in there. More than likely, I missed it, to be honest with you. So patience is a virtue. So here's the second copy. It did also come back at a 9.8. So this is a awesome cover, man. Just a great photo cover of Ray Park. Cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. So far so good. I'm not disappointed, to be honest with you. I think back, you know, my early submissions, I thought every book was a 9.8, and I questioned it and blah, blah, blah. And you just learn that it all balances out, right? You get some 9.8s as gifts, and you get some 9.4s as dings. So at the end of the day, it's just a number game. So Invincible Iron Man #1, first solo, 9.6. Yeah, all right. It is what it is. Got a 9.6, one out of 9.8. What can I tell you? All right, let's go. Got another one. 9.8. All right, so I did. All right, cool. I even forgot about that. All right, so I did get a 9.8 on this. which was a second print, which I did sell already, but I sold that at a premium price, and it was probably a 9.2, 9.4 at best. But I got a pretty good price for it, so sold that, and I'm happy with that flip, and I got myself the first print. So cool beans there. All right, next book up. Another one, and I think probably the rest of these are probably going to be reread books. So 9.8 of this one here. So Ironheart #1, I believe it's like a 1 in 15, 1 in 10 probably, but cool little Ironheart book, 9.8. Happy about that. And we got another one. This I did also find in the wild. Came back at 9.2, which I have no idea why. Because, man, that's some freaking scuffs, dude. Like, just, I know you probably can't see it because of the plastic, but there are just some killer freaking scuffs on these books, man. Just, Jesus Christ, man. This one, whew, goes from top all the way through here, just freaking scratching it, man. It's crazy, man. Just, CGC is just, again, it's just like any other business, man. Everybody's human, and we're dealing with a lot of books that get handled multiple times with multiple people. Mistakes are bound to happen. I just wish they would admit their mistakes, because more than likely they're like, oh, that got damaged in your possession, never in ours. So that's the only thing that I hate. So I like this book, man. This is a very underrated book. I like the pose of it. I think when I got it, it just kind of speaks to a modern day girl. What she would be doing is, you know, iPods on in front of the computer, as always, right? So this one's a cool one, 9.6. So 9.6, can't be mad at that. I do see a little break there, so okay. So I do agree with that so far, with a little color rub in the back that I did see there. All right, so we are down to our last book, and this book I'm glad we saved for last, because it is Ultimate Number Fallout 1 in 25 facsimile. Yeah, I only wish I could afford the real one, but this is as close as it's gonna get for now, or ever. To be honest with you, I don't really care. I'm not chasing that book. It is what it is on that one. I love Miles. Wish I had this. I remember a lot of us remember the days when we used to chase this in the Five Below packs. And back when I was living in Florida, we had a bunch of those stores, and I'd go do my thing. My wife and kid would do theirs, and then I'd try to look for these bugs and try to look in between. Never found one. I picked up a couple random stuff here and there, but man, when I heard, or when we all heard this was out there, we're just like flocking to get this book. And this, even back then, it was still an expensive book, but clearly not near the prices they are today. So that's all I got. Shout outs to the community for putting out a lot of great videos and a lot of great content out there right now. We got Keep It Thorough, who opened up his shop. So shout outs to you. Congratulations on your new venture. Great dude. Shout out to Triple C. Shout out to the Doom. Shout out to Seeking Near Mint. Beauty Comics. If you have not checked out Beauty Comics, that guy is a stud, like no stud. We talk about hunters. He knows how to hunt. So shout out to you, my brother. That's all I got. Until next time, I do have another 25 book submission already submitted. It's currently at the presser. Then I'll be going to CGC. That I did fast track 25 books because I cannot wait 19 weeks, 133 days to be exact. Cannot do that. So I'll bite the bullet and fast track it and hopefully get it 8 weeks or cut it down in half. So whatever it looks like. But that's all I got. Martian out.